How's it going, everyone? Mush back at it with another video as the pre-built PC gaming market, and really just the PC market in general, continues to be, well, would saying it's a disaster be an understatement? Well, obviously we're a little bit used to it by now. GPUs are still outrageously expensive. I do want to take a look at some of the pre-built PC options available on Amazon. I've been doing this for the last few months, really over a year now, since the GPU price spike happened. Seems like a lot of people are deciding to go with pre-built PCs. I have a couple buddies that have picked up pre-built PCs recently. So yeah, they're an okay option. It's just that a lot of people get them, gut the GPU, and then have some additional parts left over. Some decent options available on Amazon. Links to everything will be in the description box below. As always, if you click on my link and buy anything, I do get a kickback. Supports the channel. I can buy more hardware, test stuff on the channel. That's definitely helpful. Decided to go with a around $1,000 minimum here, just because some of those $800 options and the $700 options, they're just losing more and more value the more I look at them. Sometimes, like, you'll have $700 PCs listed on Amazon with like a GT 730 in them or a GT 1030 or something like that. Ain't nobody trying to buy that. You know, around $1,000, that's when you're getting into the good stuff. So let's get right into it, and I want to start things off with the SkyTech Shadow gaming PC. It's got an Intel Core i5-10400, 2.9 GHz, an RTX 3050, a 1TB NVMe, 8 GB of DDR4 RAM, and a 600-watt gold power supply. Now, it's listed at $1,000. However, Amazon does have a coupon eligible right now where you'll save an additional $70. So you get it for $930. $930. Sometimes you gotta be careful with the coupon offerings because the price is just so high that even with the coupon, it's not that great of a value. It kind of reminds me of like when you're on Uber Eats and like it says save $5 if you spend $50. Well, yeah, we ain't trying to spend that much anyway. But sometimes they do create pretty good deals, and this is a case where I would say it creates a pretty decent deal. Now, the RTX 3050 has a $250 MSRP, but you guys know how things work. That got bought out when it dropped on like January 27th, I want to say. eBay price right now is anywhere from like $450 to $600. $600 is a lot for that GPU, but let's say $400 is what, you know, what it would go for. So essentially, you're getting the PC without the GPU for around $500 and getting an i5-10400 2.9 GHz, a 1TB NVMe, 8 GB of RAM, 600-watt gold power supply, Windows 10 on there as well. That's not that bad for around $500, so that's a pretty decent deal, all things considered. Now, the 3050, ideally, you want to use that as a 1080p machine, pushing to 1440p unless you're playing like CSGO and League and that stuff. That'll be fine, but, you know, a 1080p is going to be ideal for a 3050. The 3050 is most comparable to like a 1660 Ti, a little bit better than that, but it does fall short of like the RTX 2060. So something to consider there. Around the $1,000 range as well, let's go through these a little bit quicker. CyberPowerPC's got their gamer Xtreme Intel Core i5-11400F. That's 2.6 GHz. Remember, just like the last build, those both have turbo boost. That's at 2.6 GHz, but it goes as high as 4.4, I believe. And then 8 GB of RAM here as well. You have an RTX 2060 here, 500 GB NVMe, and this is $1,015. So compared to the other PC that we just mentioned, it's about $85 more expensive when you take into account the coupon. You're getting a better GPU here. Still 8 gigs of RAM, which is a little bit of a bummer, and you're getting a 500 GB NVMe instead of a 1 TB. If you ask me, I think the SkyTech Shadow is a better value. Yes, slightly weaker GPU, but you're also getting a 1 TB NVMe, and you're saving some money as well, so I would go with that one, but that's an option as well. And then if you do want to go the AMD GPU side, you can get the SkyTech Shadow 3.0, Intel Core i5-10400F, 2.9 GHz, RX 6600, 500 GB SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, which is huge. That is a big benefit this has over the other two, and a 600-watt gold power supply. This is listed at $1,300, but once again has a coupon where you'll save $200 if you apply that. Now, that takes it down to $1,100. That $1,300 price tag, no mas, absolutely not. But at $1,100, it becomes a little bit more palatable. The RX 6600 goes for anywhere from like $450 to $500 last I checked. Let me actually give you guys an update on that right now. But $450, $500 would be what I would expect. Actually, it's around, yeah, the 450 all the way can go as high as like 520 around that range. Remember, this is just the 6600, so that is something to note. It is an 8GB GPU, so that's nice, but again, the 16GB of RAM here is very, very beneficial and quite nice. $1,100 is still, you know, kind of steep, but, that's kind of the reality we're settling into. Essentially, you're paying, let's say, $550 to $600 for an i5-10400F, 500GB SSD here, 16 gigs of RAM, the power supply, Windows 10, the case, yeah. That's not that bad, all things considered. Okay, next up, we're going to go a little bit higher end. The SkyTech Shiva. This has an Intel Core i5-11400F, 2.6 GHz, an RTX 3060, 1TB NVMe, 16GB of DDR4 RAM, a 650-watt gold power supply. And it's listed at $1,400, but once again, has a $200 coupon that is applicable, so you'll get it for $1,200. At $1,400, a little bit too high of a price point. At $1,200, that becomes a pretty decent price point, all things considered, given that a 3060 can go anywhere from $600 to $700. Actually, some of these go as high as like $750, so yeah, at $1,200, you're getting quite a nice PC surrounding the 3060 as well. The Intel Core i5-11400F is decent, 1TB NVMe is great, and once again, 16 gigs of RAM is solid, and a 650-watt gold power supply is quite nice. $1,200 for that. That's a very, very capable PC, so thought that was worth a mention. If you would like to go the AMD route as far as the CPU is concerned, there is the Archangel 3.0 that has a Ryzen 5 3600, 3.6 GHz. That's a 6-core CPU with the RTX 3060, 1TB SSD, 16 gig RAM, and 600-watt gold power supply there as well. $1,400 for that. Think the Shiva's a better option, but that's another option. And then there is also the CYBERPOWER Gamer Xtreme VR. This one has a superior CPU, an Intel Core i5-11600KF, compared to the $1,200 option. That's a 3.9 GHz CPU right out the gate. 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, an RTX 3060, 500 gigabyte NVMe, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. Hard drive, gaming off a hard drive isn't ideal at this stage of the game, but you can put excess media there, so that's a nice addition to always have. Windows 11 installed there, $1,365 on that one. Okay, now we have some 3060 Ti options, just one. There is the SkyTech Shiva. This is a Ryzen 5 5600X 3.6 GHz, RTX 3060 Ti, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD, and a 600-watt gold power supply. Windows 10 will be installed there. 3060 Ti's are going for very, very high price points. You know, you're talking the $750 range, so that is unfortunate how expensive they are. Around $750, some go as high as $850 to $900. I don't know why, but some of them are selling for $1,000, which, yeah, don't be paying $1,000 for a 3060 Ti. But $1,600, you know, obviously not ideal, but you get a Ryzen 5 5600X, which is quite nice. And then again, similar to some of the other PCs we just mentioned, 16 gigs of RAM, terabyte SSD, 600-watt gold power supply. I do also want to round things out with a couple of 3070 options. SkyTech's got the cheapest option for that. The SkyTech Chronos, AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, 3.6 GHz, RTX 3070, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and a 1 terabyte NVMe with a 650-watt gold power supply is $1,800. There is the Azure, which is fairly similar with a Ryzen 5 3600 for $1,700. Probably get the Chronos here. That's a fairly decent deal, and right now it is on sale, 10% off, down to $1,800 from $2,000. $1,800 was what I paid for my SkyTech pre-built that had a RTX 3080 in it, and I bought that in 2020. So yeah, kind of wild how things have changed so quickly. But yeah, them's the breaks with the situation we're dealing with right now. $1,800 for that is pretty good, and the 3070 is a great GPU. It's a phenomenal GPU for 1080p gaming. You're gonna blaze through everything at 1440p. It does really well as well. So that's going to do it for me. Links to everything will be in the description box below. I know I didn't go with any RTX 3080 PC mentions here. It's just because they're so expensive, man. You're talking about dropping, you know, $2,500 on a PC. And if you have that kind of cash to spend, yeah, go for it. You can pick one up. But, like, That's just so much money to drop on a PC that I know that's not going to be up the majority of your guys' alley. So I just didn't even want to go down that rabbit hole. And some of these are like $3,500, $3,000, $3,500 for a 3080 PC. Like that is way too wild, but I'll leave links to all of these in the description box below. As always, thanks for watching. You know, nothing we can do about the PC situation. Things are seemingly getting better. I've been seeing some articles here and there about, you know, price monitoring as far as crypto is going. Crypto's kind of plunging in price, at least it was. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe by early 2023, we'll get to a more acceptable situation. I should also note that if you guys stay diligent and constantly look online and, you know, follow the bot Twitter accounts that, like, put out tweets when things go in stock, Wario64 is a really good follow as far as finding things in stock. You can get a GPU. You can get lucky and get a GPU. I just had a buddy get a RTX 3080 at MSRP. I had another friend that camped outside of a Best Buy when they went in stock and got an RTX 3080 at MSRP. So those are options that are available. I know that's not going to be a readily available option and the easiest option for everybody to go down. You guys have your 9-to-5 jobs, you guys might have kids, whatever, you guys have responsibilities and you can't be online all day looking for a GPU to go in stock, or you can't be camping outside of Best Buy an hour before it opens. I get that, but something to consider as well. That's going to do it for me. As always, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace! Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.